He was a lot of the things we all aspired to be in terms of personality. And the way he dressed, the way he danced, everything about him, he was the coolest guy on the scene. No question. I first met Jean-Michel Basquiat April 29th, 1979. It was a party that I threw with Fab Five Freddy and this English artist named Stan Pescott. So we throw the party, and it's early on, and we're setting up, and it's very exciting. And in comes this young, handsome black kid, right, who says, I want to do something, I want to do something. So we were like, sure, no problem. So we put up a big piece of gray photo paper, and he wrote with a spray can, which of the following are omnipresent? A, Lee Harvey Oswald. B, Coca-Cola logo. C, General Mallory, who bombed Hiroshima. And D, Samo, copyright. And we were all like, oh my God, this is Samo, because we had all seen Samo all over downtown. And so when we finally saw it, it was like, wow, this guy is so young, he's a black kid. It was exciting. It was like we discovered who Santa Claus was or something, you know? And my job at the party was to go around and interview people. So someone says to me, oh, are you going to interview Basquiat? He must have told them to. And so, of course. So now I'm going to interview Jean, and I'm doing the same stupid thing, right? Asking a question and then taking it back and asking. You know, we ended it, and then 5 minutes later, I went up to him and I said, hey man, I was sorry about that. I was being kind of stupid. I didn't mean. And he goes, no, that's okay. You want to start a band? And I said, yeah, and that's when Grey started that night. At that time in New York, everybody did everything. Andy Warhol gave us license to be polymath artists. So being in a band was important back then. And everybody had kind of a new wave or no wave band. But Jean-Michel Basquiat, being that special creative soul that he was, heads and shoulders above everyone else, just doing a new wave band was not that interesting. It wasn't interesting to us either. Our inspiration was, you know, Karl Heinz Stockhausen and John Cage and a band in England and out of London called This Heat that were just cutting edge and like Jacques Derrida, deconstructing sound and deconstructing music. We would look at our instruments as if we were aliens from another planet who were given these instruments to play, and we don't know how to play them, but we know how to get beautiful sounds. It was clear for all of us, without saying anything, that Jean was the leader because he was the most charismatic. There was something inside of him that was from another world. So Grey would get gigs at everywhere from CBGB's to the Mud Club to A Space. So in the years that Grey existed, from 79 to 81, we played at all the hot spots. These clubs were more than just nightclubs. It was this place where we built the scene, that 1980s scene in New York, which arguably can be compared to Paris in the 20s. It was our Belle Epoque. So what ended Grey was simply Jean's voice as a painter becoming louder and louder and louder. So that night, after our performance at the Mud Club, he pulled me aside and he just said, you know, I have to leave the band. You know, I can't be a famous artist and make music at the same time. I just have to leave the band. This is the last gig. At first I was like, because I knew that was the end of Grey. We weren't going to go on without him. And then I just remembered like calmly accepting it, knowing, yes, of course, you're going to become a famous artist. And there was nothing else to say. And I was like, you know, good luck, man. I know it's going to be great. And that was the end. That night.